work a little bit with the percent composition. Just remind you, mass percent composition, you take into account the molar mass. So all the time that you need to know the percent of anything, could be the sugar in your juice, or could be some compound in your medication, you gonna divide part, so the element that you want, by the total, right? Times 100%. So with the mass percent composition is the same thing. So you're gonna get the mass of the element in 1 mole of the compound by the molar mass of the compound times 100%. So let's see how this works with this chromium 3 fluoride over here. So that's chromium, that is a transitional metal, so you know that it can vary the charge. So this is chromium 3 because this is the charge of the chromium over here. So the name will be chromium. Oh, don't forget the parentheses. 3 must be Roman number, so that is 3. Like looks 4, but it's 1, 2, 3. It's this one over here. Fluoride, right? So chromium fluoride. So the first thing that you need is to calculate the molar mass. So I have a piece of the periodic table over here. So I have the chromium and I have the fluorine over here. So chromium, I only have 1, so times 51.996 grams per mole. So the total will be 51.996 grams per mole. So then I have the fluorine over here. So since I already talked that it is per mole, it's when you talk all the time that we talk about 1 mole, we know that we talk about the molar mass or atomic mass of the element, right? So here in fluorine, I have 3 fluorines, and then I have the molar mass, atomic mass is 18.998 grams per mole. So if I multiply this, I'm gonna have 3 times 18.998, so it will be 56.994 grams per mole. So we're gonna add all together, so it will be 51.996 plus 56.994 will be 108.990, so grams per mole. So now what I need to do is grab the part. So I want to divide this by the total, and I will divide this also by the total times 100. So for chromium will be 51.996 divided by 108.99 grams per mole. So I know this is grams per mole, this is grams per mole, so we're gonna cut times 100%, and this will give me, let's go there again, 51.996 divide, 51.996 divided by 108.990 times 100, so it will be 47.7%. Okay? Then I have the fluorine. So I have 56.994 grams per mole divided by the total grams per mole times 100, and this will be 56.994 divided by 108.990. So it will be times 100, so it will be 52.3%. So if you add all together, so you're going to see that we have 100% over here. Okay, so let's go one more. So I have here sodium phosphate, and I have the atomic mass for each in the periodic table. So I have 3 sodiums, and the molar mass is 22.990, right? So this will give me 68.970. Let me see. Let me just because do by my head sometimes, but I want to check all the calculation. Yeah, it's right. So this is grams per mole. And then I have phosphorus, which is 1. So I have 30.974. So this is 30.974 grams per mole. And I have the oxygen, so I have 4 oxygen, so it's 15.999. So, and I'm gonna have 4 times 15.999, so I have 63.996 grams per mole. So now we add all together, so 30.974 plus 68.970, so it would be 163.940 grams per mole. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is divide all by the total, so a single element by the total. So I have here this one, so we're going to divide by the total, right, and multiply by 100. We're going to do the same thing with the phosphorus, the same thing, so you divide and then times by 100%, and then we have this one over here, so we're going to divide and multiply by 100%. Okay, so let's go and start with the sodium. So 68.970 grams per mole, divide by the total, which is 163.940 grams per mole, times 100%. So this will give us 68.970 divide by 163.940 times 100 will be 42.07%. And then we go to phosphorus. So we have 30.974 grams per mole, divide by 163.940 grams per mole, so times 100, and this will be 18 point, let me see. I'm doing it in my head, so let me get in my calculator. See my numbers, 163.940. So is 18.89%. And then we have oxygen. Let me just go to oxygen. So I have 63.996 grams per mole, divide by 163.940 grams per mole, times 100%. So, and this will give us, let me get my calculator again. So divided by 163.940, so times 100% will be 39.04%. And this is the percentage for each element. That's it. That's all. Bye for now.